Hello, today I'm with Cindy Tait, owner for Center for Healthcare Education, for another episode of HeartTalk. Cindy, thank you for being with us today.
We have trained, our best estimate is over 400,000 people. Yeah, in the last 40-something, it is crazy. But it's not about the numbers. It's about the individual person and what makes a difference. So I don't wake up in the morning and go, I need to train more people. It's like I need to train the people who are going to make a difference, who are the feet on the street. And being a paramedic and a nurse.
When I think you say to 400,000, you think like those people all then affect someone else's life, right? Because they can, teach things that they've learned, or they can put those things into effect. So when you're having your classes and you're having your recertification, or when people are learning CPR for the first time, what's something that you always really love to incorporate in your classes that you feel like is going to make students remember, but also be able to put those things into practice with confidence?
That's a good question, and you just said one of my favorite words, confidence. So it's competence. So we have the curriculum from the American Heart Association, but we also want them to be competent. So we don't want them to be afraid. And you're here working with our instructors today, working with really getting more awareness of performing CPR in women, because they haven't been confident of that. So it's confidence and competence. In the old days, things were really strict. We used to have these printouts and, all this crazy stuff. And so we're still following all the rules and regulations, and the guidelines are so much more science-based, but we're having some fun. Now, it's okay. And you're here at an instructor class, and they're in there, they're making friends, they're getting to know each other, and they're laughing, and they're just having a good time.
What is the importance of health equity when it comes to CPR training?
It's interesting. We've been talking a lot about that. This workshop, we have the poorest county in California represented here. They may not be legal residents of this country. Certainly the women that we've been talking about, and it doesn't matter. We need to do CPR. We shouldn't discriminate or be afraid to start CPR on people. So equity is huge, and it also involves, it's not a free course, and that's just pretty much anything that you teach of any quality. There's a cost involved and the time involved, and so we don't want anyone to not be able to take a CPR class or become an instructor because of cost. Any CPR is better than no CPR. Certainly do your best. So that's especially true for lay rescuers.
So what would you say, makes Center for Healthcare Education unique?
One of the things is we do this full time. This is my life's mission. We have full-time instructors, an office. We work with the community. We're sitting here in a church with a drum set in the back. And so we get a lot of phone calls, and it's like, you're the first person who's answered our call. So I think just that this is what we do. So I think that's part of the reason. And then we don't spare any expense. Whether we need to buy a van or buy new equipment or new female mannequins or hire amazing staff,